A lot of people actually think they cannot beat this Spiral Abyss version 6.1 without using Nahida, Lauma, or the other Nordcry character, but I'll prove them wrong by using this video. In this video, I'll be using Al-Haytham as my core in the first half, with Yao Yao, Xingqiu, and Kukishinobu's help. I'll be using a Hyperbloom team since we will be needing that Dendro damage on the second fight, and then we will also need that Dendro core damage on the third fight. So the fight is pretty simple using Al-Haytham. You just need to use Yao Yao to heal, and then you use Xingqiu to add a Hydro damage. Then you use Kukishinobu to trigger the Dendro core. And then you finish it up with using Al-Haytham burst, and then you just time it to actually have all 3 mirror at all time. And that's how I deal the first battle. On the second half, I'll be using a freeze team using Ayaka. So I'll be using Ayaka with Furina, Excovier, and then Mona. This will be a freeze team, which actually helpful in the first and second battle since both of the enemies can be freeze. Also, I'll be relying a lot on Ayaka's burst as my main damage source. So make sure if you want to use Ayaka, build her elemental, build her energy recharge. Never use Ayaka with only 100% energy recharge, even though you can actually get a lot of crit rate or crit damage. You better add more energy recharge to it, because that's how you play Ayaka. She is the type to rely on her burst for her main damage. And my Ayaka is using 155 energy recharge. I also have Escovier with Favonius in this party, so make sure to use a lot of energy recharge on Ayaka. For the second battle of the second half, it is actually pretty simple using this team because Al-Haytham can actually produce a lot of Dendro damage, so we can actually destroy the shield easily in this battle. Just make sure to time the burst before the shield is up, so you can add a lot of Dendro damage to the boss. And when you need more Dendro damage, you can just use Yao Yao's burst, and then you're done with the shield. Now you can just deal damage normally using Hyperbloom and rotate back to your Al-Haytham. It's been a while since I'm not using Al-Haytham, but yeah, he is still strong actually and still fun to play. Okay, that's it for the second battle of the second half. For the first half. Now we are going into the second half. The fight is pretty easy because you can actually freeze the enemy. It is a perma-freeze, so yeah, all you have to do is do your rotation and deal a lot of damage. You don't have to deal with the enemy's movement because he is most likely will be frozen most of the time. Pretty simple. If you don't have Ayaka and you have Skirt, you will probably have a better time using the Skirt team because Skirt actually a lot better than Ayaka. Even if my Ayaka is C2, Skirt C1 will outdamage my Ayaka by a lot. So it is pretty simple. All I have to do is just spamming my burst and then rotate, making sure everyone apply Hydro and Cryo, so the enemy will never be moving. So that's it, we still have a lot of time left. First fight and second fight is pretty easy. The real challenge is on the third fight because we don't use Nahida or Lauma on the first half, and then we don't really use Electro Charge or Lunar Charge and no Nordcry character for the second half. So let's see how we will deal with it. For the crab, you can use Yao Yao and then Sing Show Burst at the beginning, so you can produce Dendro Core. If you're lucky, this Dendro Core actually can trigger a lot of the seed. If you're lucky to trigger all 6, you will have more time to deal with the boss. I actually quite lucky to trigger 3 out of it. Now the boss is down. I can just deal damage normally with my all item. Since my burst is on cooldown, I'll be using the skill and plunge attack to get my 3 mirror. This team actually not doing that great in this particular boss fight, so I think I'll need a lot faster in the second half to make up for the lost time in the first half. Okay, 1 minute and I only goes to half. Let's see if we can finish this off as quick as possible. Oh my god, he goes into second shield and no Dendro Core, so I have to produce a lot of Dendro Core, at least 6 to deal with the boss. Come on. Oh my god, I still need 1 more. I'm wasting a lot of time here. So yeah, we are in the 8-minute mark soon. Okay, let's see if we can win this with my Ayaka in the second half with only 1 minute left. Okay, come on, Highlighter, do your job. Okay, nice. We have around 58 seconds. And my Ayaka doesn't really have elemental burst ready, so this will be a hard one. Okay, let's see if we can break the shield. 1 more shield. Okay, now we can burst for the last shield. 30 seconds left. Let's go. Oh, my Ayaka actually deal a lot of damage, so I think we can do this. And the enemy will be frozen for a while. Let's just use all damage we can do. Come on, Ayaka, let's burst this out. I think we can win this fight with the old DPS. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and see you again on my next video. Bye bye.